I'm just going to show you how overgrown and wild my garden has become. So, the fence isn't looking good. Hasn't looked good for years, to be honest. So, I've got flowers and things coming up, and this is a place that used to be my sort of my sideway, and there was a fence there, and so this is a little spot there where I'm trying to grow carrots at the moment. It's very dark, and I really haven't got much room for anything like that. So, and I've got a bottle brush, which is I thought was dead, but is still alive, which is good at least. And Jet often comes down here to relax, and unfortunately she lays on my carrots, which aren't there at the moment. It's just seeds. I've got to be careful where I step because there's so many things there that's got some flowers, but they're just about finished. And here's my massive elm tree, which has destroyed my sewer completely. So I've got no sewer in the house at all, unfortunately. But I kind of like the tree because, well, I like trees. So I think I'd really rather have the tree than the sewer, but I'd like an alternative so that I could have both, if that were possible. And down here, this tree here is a pomegranate tree, which my mother bought as an ornamental, and it wasn't actually supposed to have fruit, but it does actually have fruit. There you go. And there's a monstera over there, which is massive. And I've got a water tank there, which isn't in great condition. Neighbours have got solar, which is good. I've got solar. It's one of the cottonwood trees down the park that you can see in the distance. Right. That's my garage under there. And under there somewhere is a garden shed. Under there somewhere, and it's covered by a sort of like a rambling rose, which is just everywhere. And way down the back there, under all of that tangle, is a beautiful nectarine fruit tree and a macadamia tree. And I think maybe if I get a bit closer, you can just see the tip of it through that, over near that patch of blue sky. There is a bit of the rose in front, which you can see it's the yellow, but further back is macadamia. It's very hard to, it's very hard to get close to, and it has nuts, and I'd really like to be able to go over there and pick them, but unfortunately I don't think, unless I get some severe garden care, I'm not going to be able to do that. I don't know what this weed is. Hasn't sort of been here before. And there is a garden path here. It's concrete, but you can't see it. And that used to be, in the 80s, a barbecue area which we actually used to use fairly frequently. It used to come, oh no, not really all that much, but springtime you get people coming over, you do that. And this was a nice sort of fernery area, and then the wood all rotted away, so we took it down, and there's a nice tree in there. It's a Japanese something. Can't remember what it's called exactly. Geisha girl. That's it. Which I heard is a bit of a weed, but never mind. There's something else here that I wanted to show you. Oh yeah. No, it's just got weeds and everything everywhere. So yeah, it's sort of like, I had a friend coming here some time ago, and she cleaned up the whole yard and made it look really great. And unfortunately, you know, I'm not great at maintenance, so it all went back to hell again. So that is my backyard, as bad as it is. And my cats like it anyway, so I'm okay there. But it would be nice. What I'd actually like, if I had one of those reno shows come around, you know, those ones that you see on TV, I'd quite like, I have heard that my house is actually strong enough for a second level. And I've got room up there in the roof for another room, and I kind of like it sort of built out so I could actually get up on that roof there. Like there was like a deck or something would be good. And then I could invite friends over and we could have afternoon tea and that sort of thing, you know, anything that's a little bit posh. I'd really like my fence fixed up too. It's just a disaster. So there you go. There's my big broken backyard. And over there is a fish tank that a friend of mine remembered. I used to have, it's a massive fish tank. It's got a crack in it now, unfortunately, but it was used just as a like a plant stand when all the plants died. But all the fence is just completely rooted. It's fallen over, and the neighbours really deserve a new fence too. And we haven't done anything about it because I haven't really got the money to fix these things. It would cost me about $6,000 to do that. And I've been quoted for the sewer about $10,000. And not only that, my bathroom is actually covered with asbestos and so forth, and that's breaking down. And friends have said to me, why don't you move? And I can see their point, but I know this sounds really strange, but I'm attached to the place because it's my family home. So I don't really want to move if I can get away with it. So if anyone happens to know one of these garden reno television shows that wants to come out here and do some serious work and do a serious change, I would really love it. So that's the outside. That's my backyard. I mean, it's really quite pleasant to be out in some ways, but it'd be kind of nicer if it was easier to look after, I think. Yeah, okay.